All right, what's poppin', guys? We're back with another video, and in this video I am going to be removing this polygel set. I hate to see it go, but I've had it for a while. I did a video previously on refilling this polygel set, so I've had it on for quite some time, but it is time for these bad babies to go. So I'm going to start by taking my cuticle nipper and clipping my nails in the very corners right above where my nail has grown out. I'm going to go ahead and clip those. Now, this middle finger was a little difficult to get off because I had used some rhinestone gel, polygel, and nail glue to adhere that large crystal on there. So it was a little bit tough to get through. But yeah, I'm going to continue to clip these at the very corners so that I do not clip my actual fingernail that has grown out. So I started with my left hand. I'm going to go ahead and continue doing that on the right. You don't have to sit through this, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this up for you guys. And with these cuticle nippers, you kind of got to be careful because these things make these nail tips pop off like you would not believe. So you have to be very careful so that you don't put your eye or anybody else's eye out in this process. Now that we've gone ahead and clipped off all of the nails, I have these Olivia Rose soaking caps. Now, I don't know if that is the official name of what these are, but I'm just going to call them soaking caps because that's what they are used for. I picked these up at my local Five Below, and they were only $5. I actually had these in my Five Below nail find videos, and I will plug that in right here. But I'm going to go ahead and use 100% pure acetone, and I'm going to take a medium coarse drill bit and I'm going to file away the polygel. I'm going to file it down as much as I can, and then I'm going to go ahead and pop my fingers inside these caps with the acetone, and I'm going to let them sit for a few minutes. And when you're filing your nails or your acrylics or polygels down, you want to make sure that you do not concentrate your drill in one area for too long, because baby, you will burn yourself. The friction between your nail and that drill bit can cause very high temperature. So you want to make sure that you continue to keep your drill bit moving at all times so that you can avoid that burning sensation. Now, I'm not sure if you're doing this on yourself or on your client, but this is something that I learned through trial and error, that if you do not keep that drill bit moving, or if you concentrate it in one area for too long, you will cause a rise in temperature and it will burn your nail. So don't do that. I also wanted to mention that if you don't have an electric file or an e-file, then you can definitely do this with just a regular hand file. It will take you a lot longer depending on how thick you apply the polygel. For me, I like when my nails are a little bit thicker because my hands are smaller, and for me it just makes me feel more confident that they won't break. But if you, depending on how thick you apply your polygel, you could definitely use just a regular hand file. I recommend an 80/80 grit hand file so that you can go ahead and get in there rather quickly. So after I have filed my nails down as much as I can without damaging my actual natural nail, I'm going to go ahead and open the Olivia Rose soaking clips so that I can begin to soak off the remaining polygel that is left on my nails. This kit comes with a total of 10 soaking cups for all 10 fingers so that you can soak them at the same time. Now, the instructions on the back of the box are, like I said, pretty self-explanatory. File your nail down, soak cotton swab, place it inside the clip, put your finger in the clip, and you're going to leave it for 10 to 20 minutes. Longer if you need to, and you can repeat these steps as many times as you need to. But I'm going to go ahead and soak my cotton swab in 100% pure acetone, and I can't remember where I picked this up. Probably my local beauty supply store, to be honest. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that inside the clip. And I'm sorry, I'm off camera, guys. My 2-year-old is 10 times out of 10 sitting right next to me messing with something that he does not have business messing with, so it kind of throws me off. and I kind of lose sight of that. So charge it to my head and not my heart as I do these videos. Now, what I did notice is I took an entire cotton ball and put it in acetone and then tried to put it on my finger. And then what happens is that the cotton ball does not allow the clip to close. So my recommendation from what I learned is that if you have cotton balls like this, like I'm doing now, you want to go ahead and split those in half, or try to make them small enough so that it fits inside the clip and covers your entire nail. That way you can close the clip and don't have to worry about it not properly soaking. So just make sure you tear enough cotton off so that you can actually close the clip on your fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and prep the rest of these clips onto my fingers so that I can continue the soaking process for each of the nails. But just remember to make sure that you break that cotton ball down small enough for it to fit inside the clip with the acetone and on your nail. All right, so I believe I let these soak for about 15 minutes. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and start to scrape the remaining polygel off as much as I can. Like I mentioned before, you may have to repeat this step depending on a couple of things: the type or brand of either polygel or acrylic that you're using, and also how long you're letting the cotton balls with the acetone sit on your fingers. Now for me, this one wasn't soft enough, so I went ahead and placed the clip back on my finger to let it sit, and I'm going to check the rest of my nails to see if that polygel has loosened up enough for me to be able to scrape it off like this one. So as you can see, you really want your polygel or acrylics to flake off very easily like this. If it does not flake and it is slimy, then sweetheart, it is not good for your nails. That is what we call MMA instead of EMA. EMA is a lot more healthy for your nails. MMA is really essentially like dental acrylic, and it really slimes as you try to take it off. But as you can see, the polygel is flaking off like it should be, so no worries there. It's just the only thing is that I feel like I needed to soak for another few minutes in order for it to break down a little bit more. So that is what I'm going to do as I check the rest of the nails, and then I'm going to just reapply the clips with the acetone to help it break the polygel down a little bit more. So apparently the 10 to 15 minutes that I left this on was not long enough. Typically when I just soak my nails in a bowl, it doesn't take that long. So I'm not really sure the effectiveness of these cups, to be honest with you. I know they worked after me leaving them soaking for quite a while, but typically it shouldn't take that long for your sets to soak off. About a good 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes, and they're coming right off. But these did take a little longer. So what I did was I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to go back through with my nail drill, and you can see my little baby, his little fingers are always all over my stuff. Whenever I'm at my desk and I'm doing my nails, he comes over and he'll sit right on the floor by my carpet. Most times I have to keep him from pulling things down. He's only 2 years old, so everything is intriguing to him. And I just try to do my best when he's around, because I know at some point he's going to come and I'm going to have to stop doing what I'm doing. But anyways, here I am just trying to file off the last little bit of polygel that's left on my nails, and at the same time doing a little bit of cleanup around the cuticle areas in preparation for my next set. As you can see with this one, the polygel still has not come off of my fingers, and I believe at this point it had been about 25 to 30 minutes that this stuff has been soaking. So that could either be the polygel or I don't know. So I'm doing the best I can to remove what's left of it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and continue filing away, and there goes his little fingers again trying to mess with my stuff. So for this remaining part, I'm using a very fine ceramic cuticle safe drill bit so that I do not damage my nail, because I am so close to the natural nail and the remaining layer of the polygel is so thin. I went with this one so that I do not do any damage to the natural nail, and it's working. I'm just going to each nail, making sure that I got as much of the polygel off as I possibly could so that I can get this over with, because it took way too long. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same process for my right hand. But this time I'm going to go ahead and prep the clips prior to me putting them on at the same time so that I can get that part over with. And I'll just go ahead and clip those on and let those soak. I was hoping that the right hand didn't take as long as the left hand, but it did. And to be honest, I believe this is my second go round with this hand, because they did not come off the first time I soaked them, because I can see that I tried to remove as much as I could the first go round, but that didn't work. So this is actually the second go round for my right hand with these soaking clips. Next time I think that I'll just do it like I did it before, either use a cotton ball and foil paper or just soak them in a bowl. Unfortunately, my phone went dead, so I had to stop filming, but I did want to pick back up and let you guys see the finished product. After I had removed all of the polygel, I went ahead and added the Sally Hansen nail hardener to my nails, and they came out looking absolutely gorgeous. So I am not upset about this process at all, and I'm glad for it to be over. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.